What were you like as a kid? Were you a tough guy? Were you a punk? Were you a rowdy,
No, I was
troublemaker?
Very quiet and shy.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Then how did you become interested in martial arts? Did you have trouble? Were you pushed around?
No, actually, when I went in the service and I went to Korea, that's when I got exposed to it for the first time. When I went to Korea, I only heard of judo, so I jumped into a judo class and in training I broke my shoulder. So
in the class, you broke your
in the
shoulder?
class, yeah. So I'm walking out in the village a couple days later, just sightseeing. And as I'm walking through the village, I look up kind of a knoll, and I see these heads popping up. And I look up and I go, wonder what's going on up there. So I walk up on the knoll, and here's these Koreans jumping up in the air, doing these fantastic kicks. And I was mesmerized by their ability. But they looked mean, so I was afraid to go over and talk to them. So I went back to the base and asked my judo instructor what it was, and he told me it was called Tong Soo-do, now it's called Taekwondo.
What did you do before you got into the films? Because you didn't really set out to be an actor.
No, I had karate schools.
Yeah.
What got me into films, I had sold my schools to a conglomerate with the expectations of going national, and it didn't work out that way, and we went broke. And so I lost all my schools, so I was teaching private lessons to supplement, to pay for my bills.
This is in Southern California? Yeah.
And Steve McQueen was one of my students, and he said, well, what are you going to do now? I don't have any karate schools anymore. I said, I don't know. He says, well, have you thought about acting? I said, man, I haven't done a high school play. Yeah, well, and acting is more than just having experience as an actor's presence. And he says, I don't know if you have it or not, but you should give it a try. And I said, well, what do I do? He said, well, you take acting classes. Yeah. So I called up the acting schools, and they're expensive. They run $500 or $600 a month. Yeah. And I didn't have any money. So I started looking through the yellow pages, and I found an acting school I could go on my GI Bill. So that's how I started.
No kidding. Yeah. What was your first speaking part?
1968, I did a film called The Wrecking Crew with Dean Martin. I was still fighting. I just won the world title, and the producer of the Dean Martin, Matt Helm series, was in the audience, and he walks up to me and said, introduced himself, said, would you like to be in a Dean Martin movie? I go, yeah. I got really excited. So he says, okay, well, come by and get a script. So I get the script, and I got one line. And the scene is, I'm bodyguarding Nigel Green and Elkie Summer, and Dean Martin walks into this bar, and as he's walking down the aisle, I'm supposed to jump up in front of him and say, may I, Mr. Helm? It means I want his gun. So I start trying to figure out this line. For 2 weeks, I'm saying, how should I say this? Should I say it cool or, aggressive or whatever? So the day of the shoot, the cameras start rolling. He walks in. All of a sudden, I can feel my body tensing up and my neck muscles starting to tighten. Yeah. And just as he walks up to me, I jump. I go, man, Mr. Helm. My voice tightened up and nothing came out.
We got to get going.